I think we all go through the stage where we go out and we rave and we hear a tune that really like hurts us or really affects our fucking soul, you know. And for me, I went out to rage and I heard this sound, and for me it was overwhelming, the power of the sound, and just seeing mostly the cross-genre of all these different people, black, white, mixed race, all these guys, you know, fucking girls, guys, just fucking raving hard. And for me, that was like it was a very rebellious state of England at that time. And, you know, Acid House, when it first came out, I was in New York when it came out, and when I came back, it already transformed into something else. And for me, it's something that I can't really explain. It completely changed my life to come back and hear this sound that, even in America, you know, you go and DJ there, and it's not the same thing as the fabric of the UK. The UK fabric, as far as underground sound is concerned, and drum and bass, is part of the fabric. Like New York has hip hop, we have drum and bass, and there's many tiers that have kind of spiraled out of that and made other things. But for me, it was a very fundamental sound that is, you know, responsible for a lot of change.
There's too many roads to go down through now, but let's probably stay at the chronological one. When the person that took you to Rage that night when you heard it told me about the story, and how you met another person there and told him you wanted to do this music, well, I think other people might be interested in hearing how the reactions were.
Okay, it's a nitty-gritty. Well, I met Kemi in Camden High Street at Red or Dead, and I used to get a bike and ride down to Camden High Street, and I used to go past this shoe store and see Kemi in this store, you know, blonde locks, and I was like, she's fit, you know. And I went there and I kind of asked her out on a date, and she said, you know, don't want to go on a date, but I'll take you to a rave. And for me, I was like, you know, kind of hip-hop New York, you know, give it the big one, you know, big leather jacket, all that. And she took me to my first ever rave that was like, you know, I went to Rage and like queued up there with her, went in there, and it just completely, I remember watching her dance with, you know, with Toby, Storm at the time, and just watching everyone just fucking dance like lasers, you know, like locks going around. I'm like, you know, for me, it was a really fundamental thing for me, because Kemi was, for me, changed my life in terms of music. You know, she wanted to be a DJ, I wanted to produce music. And, you know, we used to get like an Amstrad system, like 2 systems, and like, you know, try and mix on 2 decks, completely out of time, you know. And for me, it was like, you know, they used to go and buy music on a Saturday morning, and I used to come back there and try and mix music, and I couldn't mix it, fucking save my life, you know. But I wanted to produce music, you know, and they kind of encouraged me to go into a studio and make music. So I got my money and I, you know, hustled, and I went to like William Orbit's studio, hired the room, you know, went to Reinforce and said I want to make an EP. They were like laughing at me, you know, you can't do it. And I just went away, paid my money, went in the studio, got my favorite records, and I sampled every record, you know, and just like looped everything and just put it together. And I went back there with this EP, and it was Chris Biscuit. And for me, it was, I always wanted them to play the music, you know, Kemi and Storm to play the music, and I wanted to be like the producer. So I was living the dream, really, because they were, you know, we used to go to a record shop every Saturday morning, and we used to like see Groove Rider come into a record shop, and we'd wait for hours just to get a glimpse of a DJ, you know, and then it was, you know, you wait for 3 hours just to meet Groove Rider, you know, and that was it.
What would be the common reaction from him?
He wouldn't say anything. He just like go in, get his records, and leave. He'd be like, "Yeah, I saw Groove Rider today."